All right, guys, I'm here with Dan Trays. Dan, what are we doing here? We're at City Hall right now. What are we doing here today?
The purpose of me coming here first off was a personal reason. As a lot of people know, I was homeless 19 years. I also worked here at City Hall for 2 years. But then I started to think, we got to make this worthwhile. So I'm actually here to bring awareness just to any social issues that are going on today. Whether it be homelessness, whether it be poverty, whether it be the encampments in the park, whatever you want to deal with today. Today is all about giving people the platform to just speak their mind, and then we can go from there and try to come up with some solutions. We're here at City Hall. I chose to start today because Mr. Tory is every Thursday, as you can see up there in the window. Every Thursday he's live on BT between 7 and 7:05. So I decided to do it today to try to get some attention. Last month, I already met with Mayor Dan Carter in Oshawa. I just walked into his office, he met me. He was homeless before previously as well, so we discussed homeless issues and what he is key on. He's actually building housing for the homeless in Oshawa. So if he can do it there, we can do it here. And that's the purpose of me being here today in front of the office.
Fantastic, Dan. Now, I've heard a rumor, Dan, that you're doing a march at the end of this, or a walk at the end of this. Is that true?
What I'm doing today is I'm just starting here. This is a starting point. I'm actually walking all the way to Oshawa City Hall. So I'm going to be leaving here, going across Queen Street. I'm going to make a pit stop at the Hope Shelter in Leslieville. A few years ago, I was a part of getting that opened up, so I'd like to stop there. And then I'll be stopping at Pickering Town Center. I can't tell you too much yet, but we're going to be revealing our shirt that we got coming out today.
Oh, very nice.
And we're going to be doing a little photo op at Pickering Town Center. Anybody along the route, if you want to stop by or wave, honk your horn, what have you, feel free to do so. But that personal journey is straight across Queen, straight across Kingston Road, right to Center Street, turn right on Center, right to Oshawa City Hall.
So for those who are not in Toronto, how far is this walk, would you say?
Approximately 60 kilometers.
That's
now,
pretty decent.
Depending on in and out, if I stop somewhere, I might go up Coxwell a little bit to see somebody quickly, but approximately 60 kilometers. I actually did do this before. So back in 2016, I was having a mental breakdown.
Yeah, as one does.
Yes, we all, yeah, especially now. I'm glad it happened then. But I was having a little breakdown. To be honest with you, sorry, Ma, I was ready to be over with it.
Yeah.
So my plan was to walk to Ottawa, give my feedback to Trudeau, because I have met him before, and then I was going to, find a bridge, do something. I got to Bowmanville, at Liberty and King Street. I'll never forget it. Right in front of the Max Milk store. And I hear a ding on my phone. I finally got housed. Hopped on the GO bus, came right back to Toronto. That was the end of it.
Wow. What's your name, friend?
My name's Chris Smith.
And what is it we're doing here, Chris?
We today, for Fight for Your Rights, or FIRE, or FYR, we here today are with Dan Trays, who is going to be walking from Toronto City Hall, where we are right now, all the way to Oshawa City Hall to highlight the awareness of social housing, disability needs, and social equality across the country.
And you say you got something to reveal here? Are we doing a big reveal?
Yes, we do. We do have something we need to reveal, which I'm actually going to hand. He's got a little bit of a fairly new on the scene. So here we go. There it is, featuring our new logo, and it's also printed and created by customly wrapped creations. Dan will actually be paying a visit to them later today.
Chris, why did you start this thing?
Okay, so it actually started quite a few years ago. I dated a girl who suffered muscular dystrophy, and I was in my mid to early 20s at the time, and I became very aware of what it was like, or what she would experience. She'd just be walking with her crutches across, and she'd have stupid comments by people like, "Oh, what's wrong? Can't you walk?" The most ridiculous, stupid things, but you could see these silly things hurt her. And it started making me aware of that situation, but not enough at that point to really do anything. I went traveling and enjoyed my life, and then I now have a partner who suffers fibromyalgia and had a spinal fusion, and she's in her early 30s. And when I realized how bad Canada is, in particular for the G7 countries, for a country that is leading the world and pioneering in so many aspects, is letting us down on the most fundamentally basic. For example, I'm just going to use a stat that came out today. During the beginning of COVID, during the extra support that people were given, suicides were down over 30%. Now, if that same love and care and attention that has been shown to those people would be shared to the people with disabilities or those who are socially below the poverty line. These people wouldn't need to use as much healthcare, or their anxiety, their PTSD would be reduced, yet nothing was there for them. There was no even assistance, for example, for people to get food and stuff. They'd still have to line up and queue up, and these people didn't unnecessarily understand the situation. They were scared. Nothing was there for them. The same for the elderly. There was no assistance for them, no extra funding. And when we say no extra funding, everybody else was getting $2,000. That was the value that was put on their life as an able person who could contribute. These people who are disabled and otherwise, they want to contribute. They didn't choose to lose a leg, to have a brain injury, to have fibromyalgia or any other injury or stuff that restricts them from working. And part of it really is about educating people what it's like. I had a conversation with someone yesterday, and I told them some of the things that go on with the disability setup here and ODSP in particular. And they were shocked and horrified. Literally, whenever you tell someone actually how it works, they think, oh, people on disability, they just get everything paid for. Yeah, sure, they get some benefits. This is true. There are reductions in some things. But overall, $500 for shelter allowance today, when the average rent is at least $1,600, when the partner, who they're either in a common law relationship with or married to, then has to state their income to ODSP every month, and that means that all of the funding and assistance that the other person can get is reduced or taken away, forcing that person to feel, I need to contribute to this relationship and will work beyond what they're physically capable of, or will get depressed because they can't work enough to do that. And so that's what we want to do, is really highlight the awareness of that. And when I realized how the system works over here, it shocked me. It really made me feel that it's not fair. I'm lucky, and my partner's lucky enough that she's found a way to be able to work, but many can't do that. The ability to be able to have a dual income is next to impossible. To be able to own a house is difficult for the average person. To be able to own a house with someone on disability, either as an individual or as a couple, is virtually impossible. So if you're thinking that it's difficult enough for you to get in the housing market now, think of those people who'd love to be in the housing market but are stuck in crappy, shitty apartments. Sorry, pardon my French, but they are. There's no other way of putting it. And they're afraid to say anything because they don't want to get kicked out. And that's why we're doing that today, to really highlight those issues. It's not okay. Your mother, your brother, your sister, your uncle could all end up disabled at some point. And do you want them to live this way?
So it looks like John Tory is not coming down, and so Dan, you're off to the races, are you?
Yeah, I'm gone. There's going to be a lot of reflection today. As I said, I hope everybody joins Chris and Becca at their leisure at Fight for Your Rights Disability Canada on Facebook. I'd like to thank the people inside these buildings that did acknowledge me. That would be Councillor Paul Ainsley and Deputy Mayor Michael Thompson's office I've talked to. And everybody just watch online today, support. I'm very disappointed that the mayor's about 20 feet away from me and couldn't take 2 minutes of his time for the poor people, but he made it all the way to Etobicoke yesterday to celebrate something at McDonald's. No problem, sir. You have yourself a great day, and I hope you guys enjoy the videos today.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks so much, bud.